Okay, first off, making this video because I feel like there's not a lot of information out there that's easily available or readily available, or maybe just not as obvious as it should be to the people that probably need to find this. So I decided to make a video about it. Hope it helps a lot of us PSVR2 users out there, because I think it's a great little gadget, and a lot of us got a good deal on it this Christmas for $350. And I would maybe like to see them support this thing a little more. I think Sony's kind of gone sour on it a little bit, and this situation doesn't help. The controller situation, which most of you are probably experiencing because you're here. Let's talk about it. So if you got a brand new PSVR 2 and everything's set up fine, and you've gone through all the other steps like installed your controllers, did the hard reset with a little pin through the hole in the back of the controller kind of thing. I'm not here to talk about any of that. This is a different method. So let's go good news, bad news first, okay? But once again, this is for people that probably have trouble right out of the box, okay? Having a controller not work in game. So for example, this is my left controller. This is fixed now, but this was not responding in game. It would work in menu, the PlayStation 5 menu and things like that outside of the game. But once I went in game, nothing. And I was really looking forward to playing No Man's Sky in VR, so was kind of bummed. Saw some stuff online, tried all the digital stuff, no luck. Was going to do what somebody had suggested in one post, which is just contact Sony, get a replacement controller. Kind of bummy, and I was thinking to myself, man, this is going to be bad for this product. I mean, but hopefully this fixes a lot of the problems, so here we go. Good news, bad news time. Bad news. In the manufacturing process, they left a residue behind some of the triggers, apparently in the manufacturing process, which makes the controller think that this is slightly pushed inward like this, which takes away the function of all the controller buttons when you're in a game. Well, that sucks, okay? That is probably your problem if you've done all those other methods and you just bought this thing like I did and you're having this problem. Okay, good news time. It can be fixed. And not only can it be fixed, it's a relatively easy fix. Nothing to be taken apart or anything like that. And I don't want to get too long-winded because I don't do this for a living, folks. So I'm not a professional. So hopefully all that wasn't too contrived. Let's get to what you need. Number one, controller or controllers that are not working. For once again, mine was my left trigger, okay? You need the USB cord that came with it. And you also need a internet-connected PC. Okay, I don't have that here. We'll go to that in a cutout. You'll also need some air duster. That's optional. Well, that's not optional. That's probably what most of you can have right now if you have it. So we'll go with that. Now this over here is what did it for me. This over here did not work for me, okay? But we're still gonna go through that. But this over here did. Okay, this stuff is called electronic contact cleaner. So it's basically designed to be sprayed onto motherboard, circuitry, audio connections, cables, things like that. Okay, so electronic stuff. This stuff dries very quick. It's like a ether kind of stuff. Okay, like a alcohol ether, and it cleans and it evaporates very fast. But there's different flavors, okay, but they all do the same thing. So I'm just going to show you some of these in case you need to go out and find this. First off, this is an old Radio Shack one, so good luck finding this one, but I thought I'd show it anyway. I got this one from a hardware store, I think an Ace at one point. Okay, that's called a Detox-It, same stuff. Different look, two different cans, but little thing like pepper spray, but still the same stuff. And then this baby, this is the one I use now. I got this from a hardware, or not a hardware store, but a Lowe's, I think, or a Walmart. I know they carry it in multiple places now. But listen, do not use real WD-40. That's just the brand. Do not use WD-40 lubricant. Oh my gosh, that would be horrible. That would be like the saddest thing in the world. So please do not use WD-40 actual original lubricant. That would be a bad time, and I would be a very sad panda if you wrecked your controller. Okay, Next. So this is contact cleaner. It says it right there a little bit, quick drying. And here's the nice thing, leaves no residue, okay? Even if you use this straw, okay, and it's precision, right? You want to use that, so make sure you use the straw. It's still going to get on the outside of your controller a little bit, the spray, when you're going down into this thing. And so you want to be careful, or not careful, but you don't want to overspray, be small, and we'll go over that. But it does not wreck the resin finish or anything on your controller at all. This stuff is very nice, safe for plastics and stuff. Can get this most anywhere. So if you don't have the first solution work for you, this one will work, okay? So, now that we've got... Okay, here we are at a computer with an internet connection. By the way, I will leave links in the description below for everything that's needed for this fix. So the website is, I'm moving real slow, I'm sorry folks. So professional. hardwaretester.com/gamepad. Okay. So I'm going to go out slowly. And this is my right controller. I'm going to try to plug this in. So as you see right now, I've gone in. I've got it, the other end of the USB plugged into the computer. It says connect your gamepad and press buttons to begin. So we are going to plug this into the back. If I can do this through the camera. Success. It will probably, the first time you do it, have to download the drivers. Okay, we're in. So as you can see here, PlayStation VR2 Sense Controller. Here is what you want to look at. You're going to see a bunch of different readings. The one you want to hone in on, and the one that's going to cause you the issue on either controller, is axis number 2. Which happens to be your trigger button. So I'm not going to take it off the screen, but when I start pressing the trigger button on this, when it's fully pressed, it goes to full 1. When it's fully released, it goes to -1. Don't worry about those other numbers like I said. Now, mine, when I start, let's see if I can get it, was about to like right there, doing stuff like that. Now I'm pressing my button down a little bit. It was about there. Could not get it to raise. I put that spray into it, flicked it a couple times or pressed it, went right to that instantly, never changed for me. When I did the air and stuff, I got to about maybe right around there, and I couldn't have success. But so, yeah. Leave your controller plugged in, like I said. Excuse me. Leave your controller plugged in when you go through the steps of this next part of the video that I'm going to show you back at the workbench. And I'll probably mention that there as well. But yeah, just wanted to show you this readout. And the thing that you want to fix is axis number 2 on your controller. And so this is what you want to hone in. All this other stuff is noise. Don't worry about it. This is it. If you plug this thing in the first time and it does not read -1 when you're not touching it, then that is your problem. You know what your problem is. You're going to get this thing fixed. So good news for you, I'd say. At least fingers crossed. I think this is a pretty absolute fix. So I'm feeling pretty confident about it, which is why I made this video. So anyway, with that being said, let's see if we can get your controller fixed and move on back to the workbench. Okay, now we're back from the computer. Just wanted to show you that website and show you exactly now. When you're doing this, leave your controller in the computer. Okay, so you want to still be hooked up to that website with your USB cable plugged in. Okay, so this is all plugged in together. And what you're going to want to do, and you, this is the first method. This is what you're going to want to do. Okay, you are going to want to flick it. So what they want you to do, keep flicking, just like this. Hold it down, let it go back by itself. Okay. Sometimes, apparently, that's enough to knock the residue out. Okay. Didn't do anything for me. I mean, I did this like hundreds of times. Damn, nothing. Okay. So, and I also used air. So when I used air, excuse me, guys, I only have one hand, but you will get the gist, I am sure. Okay. I would take this can with this, and I would put it right on the edge of the controller, right in that little groove there, or right in that little crevice, right? I'd spray it around, all around inside there, okay? Start flicking it again. I got a little bit of improvement, but no ways near enough to get that -1 response. I was still sitting in like -0.078, which was no ways near close to what I could get. Very disappointing. I was frustrated. Kept digging into some of the information that I was able to find, do a little more rabbit hole digging, and came across somebody that suggested, I don't know if anybody used it, but somebody suggested contact cleaner, and I thought to myself, you know what? I have multiple contact cleaners, and I know it's safe for electronics, so okay, I'll give it a shot. Why not? I mean, what could it hurt? So, same thing. I'm not going to spray this now. Ooh, I did spray it. Oh my. Hey, guys, I sprayed it on, whatchamacallit, pegboard. And it's already gone. And it didn't do nothing to it. Ooh, E3. The fumes. Okay. Anyway, so what you're going to want to do, and you don't have to do this much, just put a little bit of spray, like barely push this trigger, man. Barely push this trigger. But barely around the edge, right down inside that little crevice, just a little bit. You'll probably get some runoff on the sides. I did. Dries really fast, leaves no residue. Don't worry about that. Then, now this was still plugged into my computer once again. Then I started doing this again. It almost instantly cleared it to -1. It's never not worked since. It always registers -1 when I let go. Permanent fix. No issues. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully one of those methods works for you. I would say if you want and you have contact cleaner, just do yourself a favor, skip all the hassle, go straight to the contact cleaner. It does not hurt anything, guys. I know some of you might be apprehensive about using something like that down into a controller because it's a liquid, but that's exactly what it's made for. Fast drying, non-corrosive, doesn't discolor anything. And I think you'll be happy beyond that. So hopefully this helps everybody. Thanks. By the way, the only thing I'd say is spread the message of this video if it works for you, because I think this is probably what most of us were looking for as far as a solution. So post maybe down below if it worked for you or if it didn't work for you, just so maybe we can get this situation fixed and people can enjoy their PSVR2s. All right, guys, take it easy. Have a happy new year.